What if the one thing you said no to could have changed your life? Hey guys, this is Andy with Mindset Matters More, and today we're talking about the power of no. We're talking about people who outright just say no to everything. We like to call this contempt prior to investigation, rejecting something before even considering it, before really considering it. So here's the problem, right? Is that as I see it, people who do this are one, unwilling to be wrong, or two, they're unwilling to not be right, or finally, they're just unwilling to get out of their comfort zone, right? So let's think about, instead of being reflexively rejective, let's shift our mindset to curious consideration. Okay, guys? So let's talk about the psychology behind no. Why somebody says the word no, okay? First, let's talk about fear of change. Staying in your comfort zone, wanting to just do the same old thing. You know what you do on a Friday night, so you don't want to change it up. You go to a specific place, but you don't want to try something new. You don't want to try a new food because you like what you like. And they're all valid reasons, but they're keeping you from playing big. They're keeping you small. They're keeping you small-minded. Fuck it. If you don't like it, just get your dish again and deal. But who knows what you could be exposed to if you just said yes, or even just thought about it for a second and considered the rest of the menu, or considered other places to go, or considered other ideas or thoughts, right? See where it could take you, okay? So here's the other thing is ego protection. Somebody tells you something, immediately no. Why? Because it hurts your feelings, they're giving you some sort of feedback and you're outright just rejecting it, saying, nope, that's not real. That's not how it is. And you're not even thinking about, okay, does this actually help me or benefit me? And finally, it could be a negative experience that you had going out of your comfort zone. And that's really hard to overcome, but you can't let previous experiences really dictate what you do moving forward. I mean, really, are you never going to try another type of food? Are you never going to get out into the world and see new people, do new things? Are you just going to continue to do the same thing? You're put on this planet to experience. So experience, right? So the thing about safety is that it's just an illusion. Let's say that you plan on having this job for 40 years, right? You're like, yep, I just want to get a job and I want to stay there and I'm never going to change. I'm never going to, I just want to be an individual contributor. I'm going to do this and that's it. Well, here's the thing is that one, the company could go belly up. They might have to lay off people. You might be getting job opportunities that pay double, triple what it is that you're making, but you're saying no because I need to stay here. Well, what if your job becomes obsolete? What if you have to move for some reason? The fact is that illusion of safety is just that. It's an illusion. There is nothing that is a sure bet. Okay, you want to stay with the same person for 50 years, even though you know they're not good for you. But let me tell you something. What if they have to move? Okay, are you going to stay with them then? Are you going to just follow around somebody who's not good for you? I mean, that's probably not a good example. But my point being is, safety isn't something that you strive for. You strive for being dynamic, for being ever-changing, because then if something does happen and you lose your job, or if you don't like something, you know what? You can pivot and you can change and you can remain moving and trying something new. It's a skill and it's scary, but it's a skill. Okay. So that's the psychology behind no. But, let's also talk about when we get feedback from people and we outright reject it. Now, I'm not saying all feedback is the same. Okay. Not all feedback is equal. You have to be discerning. What's discerning is that you have to really take that instance of feedback and put it through a filter, okay? Who is giving it to you? Why are they giving it to you? What's behind it? Do you really need to grow in that area? Are they an expert in the field? Are they just a hater? Are they saying things that got nothing to do with you and actually aren't even criticisms? They're just babbling. Like, you have to really start to think, okay, is this malicious? Is this helpful? Or is this aligned with my goals and my values? So you have to put it through this filter and so you can't just say, no, that's not real. You have to read it. You have to discern whether it's useful or not. And then you either discard it or you implement it. But outright saying no might just be keeping you locked into playing small again, okay? So growth can come from unexpected places. You might hear something from a kid that could potentially change your life. Maybe your mother-in-law is actually making sense. Maybe your boss really is just trying to keep you playing small instead of actually giving you constructive feedback. So here are some things that you can say instead of no, okay? Say, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Okay? How about, let me think about it. I love that one. So let me think about that for a second because I don't know. Or an even better one, and I think this is the best reply, is, why don't you tell me more about this? Why don't you describe to me what it is that you're saying? Why don't you give me more information so that I can make a better, more informed decision? Because you also have to remember that people don't necessarily communicate in the best of ways. So maybe they say something like, oh, you smell like shit. And you're just like, no, I don't. But really what they're trying to say is that, oh, your perfume is a little bit too strong. Like, very different sentiments, right? So the other things that you can do is, count to 5 before speaking. It gives you some time for your brain to process what just happened. The other thing is you can ask for these clarifying questions like, oh, can you just explain to me a little bit more about this? Or what does that mean? What did you mean when you said this? Or how is that important to this? Or, get more information. Just keep asking questions about what they're trying to say rather than just saying no. And finally, journal. You can journal your reaction to this. They said this, and this is how I felt, and this is what I need to consider. And, is this person even my friend, or do I need to actually implement this? There's a lot that you can do besides just saying no, 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 no. Stop playing small. Start using your brain. I'm not saying say yes to everything, but sometimes, and this is key here, you never know what you're going to get. Like Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Even though really on a box of chocolates, it shows you the little diagram and even sometimes gives you a little pamphlet and tells you exactly what you're going to get. But you got to investigate, right? So pause before you answer. Consider the source and intention. Ask how this idea could serve your growth and experiment with a new idea. Just fucking try it out. Just see if something new is going to work for you. That doesn't mean you have to commit to it forever. Okay? So, with that, guys, what do you think? Do you say no to everything? Is that your first instinct, is just to say no? No, thank you. When somebody gives you feedback and you're saying, that's not true, rather than actually thinking about it, let me know, you guys, okay? In the description, we're going to put a link to my podcast and my YouTube, even though this is my podcast, but it's my podcast on YouTube. And we're also going to put a link to my book. And that's it for me, guys, okay? Love you, bye!